Hey guys, what's going on? I have a little bit of a silly gameplay here for you guys, and I call it silly because it is, because I said so. Damn it! Uh, no, this is kind of a retarded gameplay because I was playing with the FNGs, which if you don't know who they are, you should find out. They have an outstanding podcast, and it consists of Larry Legend, Mr. I Try Hard, and Verbal, and I think one other person. Forgive me for missing you. But outstanding podcast, and these guys play together just about every night. And when they do, it is a thing of beauty because they're a very difficult team to beat. And so I was playing with them on this particular instance, and we were just whooping ass. I mean, time after time after time again. And I brought up the idea. I was like, "Hey guys, why don't we, why don't we up the ante? Why don't we try and challenge this team a little bit?" And I said, so we came up with the idea: pistols only. And you can only use kill streaks 3, 4, and 5. And this just proved to be a lot of fun. We almost lost this a couple times, but by the end, the other team was just so demoralized they were just running in circles. And you could tell they were all just really pissed off. So this was a lot of fun. And I wanted to use this gameplay because it's kind of special, something a little different. And I want to celebrate me getting my 2,000 subscription mark. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. And in order to celebrate, we're going to do a little bit of a victory video, and this is it. And for this victory video, I'm going to share one of my stories from Korea. I'm kind of good and kind of not good at stories. Just because whenever I'm telling the story, I kind of relive it in my head a little bit. And it gets me a little bit emotional because, I mean, just some things are so vivid in my memory that when I'm telling the story, like I'm kind of like reliving it a little bit, and sometimes it gets me emotional when I don't want to. So, but it's not bad. You know, this isn't a bad story. So nobody dies or anything like that. But just to jump right in, I was dating this girl, and I had just gotten to Korea. I mean, maybe 3 weeks in country. So I'm still learning the situation, and it's very difficult for me because I don't speak a lick of Korean. I think I knew how to say left, right, and how much, which will get you in a lot of trouble. so I was dating this linguist, and I was really excited because she was going to take me out in the town. And this is Seoul, people. I mean, Seoul is one of the largest cities in the world, and it was exciting for me because I wanted to explore so bad. I just turned 19 years old. The drinking age there comprises of how you can, if you can see over the bar, you'll be served. So, this is also going to be like one of my first nights out in the town ever in my life. So I'm so excited, and I just started dating this linguist, this American girl who spoke Korean, and she was in the army also, and she also spoke a couple other different languages. So if we came across some Russians, we'd be good too. So I was so excited. I'm like, yes, let's go hit this town. And so she was going to take me on the subway. And we were going to get something to eat and hit a couple nightclubs. So we're all pumped, all in our nice clothes. And she's got 2 friends with her. They're both dudes, so this isn't a foursome, so don't get excited. And so we get on the subway. And right behind us follows this very drunk Korean guy. I want to say he was maybe in his mid-20s, but it was obvious that he was sloppy drunk. And so we get on, and I'm, hanging onto the little railing, and this guy's staring me down. And it starts to worry me. And the reason it starts to worry me is because one of the things that they drill into your head when you're in Korea is that you are an ambassador. And at no point in time should you fight with the local, should you get in any type of situation that could be spun the wrong way, because if it can, it will. And that's just the situation in Korea, guys. That's what happens when a military is occupying a country where the generation does not remember why. And whenever they get a story that can be spun to make us look bad, they're going to do that. Just because they don't want us to be there. They don't remember why we're there. For them, there's no reason. And so this guy's staring me down, and I already see the international incident in my head. Army guy beats the shit out of local college student for no reason. I see the headline. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try and maintain my composure. I'm not going to stare back at this guy and get into this, you know, this little staring match with him. I'm just not going to do it. And so I'm just facing the other way. And this goes for like 10 minutes. This kid's staring me down. And I'm like, fuck, you know. And I try my best to ignore it. And I think because I was ignoring him, it just made him even more pissed off. So he comes over at me, and he spits right in my jeans. I just bought these jeans, people, and I was pissed. And I was ready to knock this guy out. I was ready to lay him out because I don't get spit on. You know, you wanna yell at me, you wanna get in my face. Hey, buddy, I just made it through basic training. I can take that, but getting spit on, I don't think so. It's not something that I that I deal with well. Don't ever fucking spit on me. So I'm about to deck him. You know, I'm ready to reach back and knock this guy out, and my girlfriend at the time, the linguist, she grabs him by the shoulder. She's like, "Let me try and talk to him." And so she's trying to talk to him, and I'm like, "Okay. All right. You know, let's do that. Let's do the smart route. Let's try and talk him down. I got a linguist with me. She can try and explain to him, hey, you know, I don't know what your problem is, but we don't want to fight." And so she's trying to do that, and he screams at her, and like 2 inches away from her face is just screaming at her, like where the spit from his mouth is flying onto her face. And I said, "That's it." I'm like, I don't care what headline comes out of this. I'm gonna throw this guy off this train. And right as I was about to move in on him, this old Korean guy comes out of nowhere. And this guy had to be in his late 70s, maybe early 80s. And this guy was old. And he comes out of nowhere, and he open hand smacks this kid. You know, and it surprised the hell out of me because I was pretty close to the guy. So I was really getting ready to deck him out. And all of a sudden this, you know, old man hand comes out of nowhere and just man smacks the kid. And it's like, it's a fucking smack. You know those smacking noises that you get in the movies? It's like that. It was like, boom! I was like, oh, man. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this guy is the police or something. I don't know. Maybe their police are 80 years old. So I kind of back away just because I'm flabbergasted. I have no idea what's going on here. And the old man takes this kid and throws him against the seat. And these seats aren't cushioned, so I know it hurt. Throws him against the seat and starts jabbing his finger in the middle of his chest, kind of like a dad does to his son when when the son's in trouble, just jabbing it right there in his chest. And I'm like, and he's just yelling at him, just going off on him like a lecture, just going off on this kid, and this kid's taking it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, one punch from this kid would deck this old man. One punch would break this old man's jaw, possibly his hip on the way down. And the kid's just taking it. And I look over at my girlfriend, and I was like, what is he saying? You know, this is extraordinary. This is amazing, what is happening in front of me. And I need to know what this guy is saying. And she looks over at me, and she's kind of a little teary-eyed. And she says, he's talking a little fast, but he keeps saying shame. And with that one word, I kind of understood what was going on, based off of what little I knew about the culture at the time. The old man remembered the Korean War, guys. I don't know how he was involved. Maybe he was a kid at the time. But one thing is for sure, he had a tremendous respect for the U.S. military, and he remembered what we did for them. And he was very, very angered by the situation. And one of the things in the Korean culture is that you respect your elders. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if it's your elder. It doesn't matter if it's someone else's elder. It can be a complete stranger. You don't disrespect your elders. And this old man was using that to its full potential because he was going off on this kid. And it was amazing for me because you just don't see that in America. That would not happen in America. And not just America, it just wouldn't happen in any country really these days. I mean, if an old man from England or from Australia open hand smacks a college kid, the results would not be the same, I guarantee you. But after that kid shut the fuck up for the rest of the ride, and we had a great time. And that just really stuck out in my mind as one of my just very vivid experiences from Korea. This old man sticking up for me. You know, this old man, based off of his memory and respect of the United States military, sticking up for me and open hand smacking a young kid. Just really just still sticks in my mind. I can still remember the eyes of that old Korean man. But I'm all out of time, guys. If you take anything away from this video, Remember, respect your elders or they just might man smack you. This is Sergeant Merrell out here.